Hi, Doctor. So we are Group 12 and our testing project is Evershot. So here is my group member, which is On Xiun Tin, Sarita, Tan Yue, and Lo Jianwei. So for the introduction of system artifact, in software testing and quality assurance, the test artifact is other documents, files, and output created throughout the testing process. And they serve as evidence of our testing activities. They help to track the progress and ensure all requirements are covered and communicate results to the stakeholders. So for our project, this artifact were essential for systematically testing Evershot, and Evershot is an open source e-commerce platform which covers features like product management, login and register functionality, setting, and admin panel. For the test case part, we choose the product screen as our presentation test case. So this table shows the validation rules and sample test data are defined for the key product fields during testing of Evershot. And it covers four main attributes, which is product name, price, rate, and quantity. For each field, I specify the aspect data type such as string for the product name, numeric value for price and rate, and integer only for quantity, along with the validation constraint like allowing alphanumeric characters for name, positive decimal values for price, and positive integer for rates. So on the right side, I include both valid and invalid test input to verify the boundary condition and error handling. So for example, the product name have a valid input like Nike Revolution 5. So it is accepted, and but the band spec number only or special symbol are rejected. So similar for the price, the valid case include the positive decimal like 188, but the band alphabetic like RM only, special symbol or negative values will be trigger validation errors. So this test case help to ensure that product question and editing in Evershot enforce proper data integrity and preventing invalid entries from being saved in the system. So here is the another three attribute of the product screen, which is the description, hierarchy, and metadata. For the description, a valid input like it combines lightweight and minimalist design is accepted, but the blank space, number only, symbol only, or certain combination are rejected. Similar for the URL key, the valid case include Nike Revolution 10, but the band numbers only, symbols only, or invalid combination should trigger validation errors. For the meta title, the valid example like Nike R5 will be passed, but the band symbol number only or negative value will be failed. So all of the attribute, the invalid class and the invalid data type, we test it minimum 4 times.
So I will present about the menu testing for the create a new product screen. So the test field will be test the product name, price, read, descriptions, quantity, hierarchy, and metadata. So in here you can see all the test field already put the valid data, and so we click the save. The system display product grade successfully. That means all the test case we valid data are passed. So for the invalid data in the product name, we enter the space and click the save. So the system display all data successfully. This means the system accept the space as the product name. So this test case is fused. So the next is the price. We try to create the space, alphabet, symbol, and this test field only accepts the negative symbol, so we directly try the negative values and create a save. It will jump back to the price test field and error message display. That means this test case with the invalid data was passed. So the next is the read. Try to create a space, alphabet, simple. This test field send like the price test fields, so directly test the negative values and click the save. So it will jump back to the read test fields, send like the price test fields, and did not display the outdated successfully. This means this test case we invalid data is passed. So we try to the descriptions, enter the space, click the save, click the save. So it show outdated successfully. That means it access the invalid data. So this test case is fused. So we go to the quantity, try to enter space, alphabet, symbol. So this test field send like the price and read. So we try the negative values and create the save. So this test case for the quantity we invalid data is fused because it access the negative values. So we try the hierarchy for the space, numerical only, and click the save. So this test case for the hierarchy is filled because we accept only the numerical values. So the next is the mender title. So click the space and click the save. So this test case for the mender title with the invalid data also is fused because it accesses the space as the mender title. So that's all for me. Thank you for listening and watching.
Next, I will explain about the result part. The first chart showed that the number of test cases planned vs executed. So a total of 25 test cases were planned and a total of 25 test cases were successfully executed, which indicates that the testing process was completed as scheduled without any environment or access issues. Out of these, 12 test cases passed while 13 test cases failed, resulting in a pass rate of 48% and a failure rate of 52%. The failed test cases mainly occur due to missing input validation and error message handling. So the second table shows that the number of defects identified and their status and severity. So this table record a total of 13 defects were identified, and all of them are currently open as they have not yet been fixed or retested. There were no critical defects, which means the system did not experience crash or complete functional failures. However, 7 defects are classified as major and 6 defects as medium, mainly related to improper validation when invalid data is entered. Although these issues do not stop the system from functioning, they significantly affect the usability and data accuracy. So the third graph shows that the defect distribution. The store setting module has the highest number of defects, followed by the create product module, then the coupon management and customer registration. So most defects are concentrated in modules that involve multiple form inputs, such as product creation and store configuration. This indicates that form validation and error handling need improvement across several modules, especially in administrative functions. So in conclusion, while all planned test cases were executed successfully and no critical issues were found, the system requires improvements in input validation to enhance overall user experience and data reliability.
The following part is about recommendation, which is a test case ID 306. The issue we faced is invalid data of blank space can be entered, but it did not display error message. So the solution we gave was this field cannot be empty. The second one, invalid data of numbers can be entered, but it doesn't appear any error message. So the solution will be this field cannot fill in with numbers. So the third one, symbols, and the fourth one integer also can be entered in the field, but it doesn't appear any pop-up message of display error message. So the solution we gave was the field this field cannot be filled in with numbers and also integers. For the TU10, also the same. Invalid data of blank space can be entered, but it did not display any error message, and also numbers, symbols, and also integer. All the four can be entered, but it doesn't pop up any error message. And the solution we give is this field cannot be empty, this field cannot fill in with numbers, this field cannot fill in with symbols, and this field cannot be filled in integers.